It's gonna be a good one, man. Dude, in what is quickly becoming my absolute favorite Marvel show to cover because of how fucking butthurt people get about it. She-Hulk! It's She-Hulk! Episode 3. We're going over it. We're talking about it. We're breaking it down and we're doing it live. Welcome, one and all. Hope you're doing well. Hope that you're either loving She-Hulk or hating She-Hulk, because either way, I think we all love She-Hulk. This is the thing. This is the take. Okay, I thought a lot about this. I stayed up all night. I watched the episode 7 different times. One part in particular. And I've talked to people. I've called people. I've hit people up in the discount in the discount in the DMs. Okay. I've done the hard work. I've put in the time. Okay, research, quantum contemplation. It's one of those fancy machines we've got back there. Don't think about it too much. Listen. Here's the take with She-Hulk. She-Hulk is the most enjoyable MCU show yet. It is. And the reality is, a lot of you guys hate it. You hate it. But the truth is, you love to hate shit. You love to hate shit. One of your favorite things to do is to hate shit. Sometimes you're like, damn, it's not enough shit to be hating on. What am I gonna do? And in some crazy way, Marvel Studios has tapped in and perfectly hacked culture to a degree that we all love She-Hulk. We honestly, we're only 3 episodes in, okay? So let's not get ahead of ourselves. But I think we might be actually going through something that's going to change the world. Something that might alter entertainment forever. And what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. It's amazing. Okay, so we're going to be breaking down She-Hulk today. Full spoilers for episode 3. If you haven't seen episode 3 and you don't want spoiled, this is not the stream for you. We're going to talk about a bunch of the things that happened in the episode. Honestly, you know, it's kind of light on the consequences and shit like that. So it's not like we're going to be deep diving on what all of this means. The show itself, you know, doesn't take itself very seriously. It's just kind of fun. And so that's how we're going to kind of treat the breakdown and whatnot today as well. So we'll get into it, man. We'll have a good time with it. I actually did enjoy the episode. And I'm liking the show. And I know not everybody is. And that's fine. But yeah, I still want to talk about it. I want to break it all down, get into it. You know, the show seems to be a lightning rod for all of these you know, conversations about media, this, that, second, and the third. And I'm sure many of you are dying to get your hard and passionate opinions about why this, that are wrong or the best thing ever. And we'll entertain that a little bit today, I guess. Holy shit. I guess we can go there again if you really want to, so we can talk about that. I also really want to focus, and I mean like really double, triple down on the twerking itself. You know what I mean? I think that we could probably get a twerking expert on the line, you know what I mean? Chat, if you want to try to work on that, that would be incredible. You know, I just want to see like what you know, what's the skill gap here? You know, like what are we looking at exactly, and how much better can it be? Are we going to return to the twerking by the end of the show? And are they saving the CGI budget for when we go back to the twerking for She-Hulk later on, which of course is my hope. So we'll get into that. We'll spend a lot of time there. I think it's going to be fun. There's also a ton of other fun, nerdy things that we can get into and just talk about. You know what I mean? it's gonna be a good time. Even if you don't like She-Hulk, you're gonna like this stream. And if you don't talk to me about it. I don't fucking care. Keep that opinion to your goddamn self. Ah! That's how I feel. Ask me how I feel. Ask me. That's how I feel. So we're gonna get into that. I also want to say we have a pretty fucking cool video coming out for you guys later today. You know what I mean? About D23 and about some of the wild rumors that are circulating out there with regards to Marvel Studios. I gotta be honest with you. I think a lot of people are sitting on some massive stories and they're not saying shit because they're all scared of Kevin Feige. Maybe correctly so. I don't know. But, you know, to this point, nothing huge has leaked out. There's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, some speculation and whatnot. So we're doing a big video kind of breaking it all down, talking about it. That's going to be super fun. That happens next Saturday. I also want to spend at least a little bit of time this morning discussing how I honestly and truly believe that Rian Johnson's going to come back and do his trilogy. So, you know, we're getting it all in today. Oh, shit, it's going to get crazy in here. This is going to be a really fun stream. I'm already having a good time. Are you having a good time? Are you? Let me know. Give me some feedback. Thumbs up. Cool. Mike East. Nice. Okay, let's get some participation from the class. Let's get everybody awake. You guys need to wake up, okay? You're obviously not, you know, drinking enough Nespresso. Okay, here we go. Give me your score for She-Hulk episode 3 out of 10. What's your score? Good soup. Dude, Pretty Nikki, are you kidding me? Is that like a thing that's going around right now? Elisa said that like a couple times yesterday. What's up with that? Damn, guys, slow down. What did I tell y'all about going one at a time here? A couple people have it at 2, 8, 7, 8, 6, 8, 7, 5, 10, 8. Okay. Yeah, pretty wide. It's an Adam Driver meme? Okay, right on. Okay, that's what it is. It's a meme. Should have known. Cringe out of 10. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. But let me ask you a question. Let's settle down for a second here. All right, we get it. Big Stevie, nice. Okay, here's the other thing, okay? Some of you guys were saying it's pretty cringe, okay? And there were definitely cringe parts. But is this not, like, good cringe? Is this not, like, high-quality cringe? Like, I think, personally, if you're gonna go for that, like, go for it. You know what I mean? And, like, really go for it. And I think in this episode in particular, like, they didn't, like... this, to me, was cringe that's purposeful, well thought out. I would actually have to say it's pretty much a chef's kiss of cringe. Do you know what I mean? Like, is that making sense at all? Like, I feel like the show's, yeah, like the homie said it, it's just a silly show. Like, it's just a silly, fun show. What's the dude's name that's the, like, ultra sexist dude? What's that guy's name? Hilarious. I don't know what that dude's name is, but he was absolutely incredible in this episode. And I like how they actually used him to, like... I guess, like, kind of further the plot or whatever, like, just kind of have it. Yeah, Bukowski, which is also very interesting that his name's Bukowski. Bukowski, I thought, was a very good poet, American icon, absolute insane dude, but also kind of fun, right? But, yeah, so Bukowski, such a weird, fun character. And the sort of B plot, which again is really hilarious how they actually, like, bring it together. Like, I guess my whole thing is this on She-Hulk, man. Like, this episode and last episode strikes, it's, you know, consistent tone, it, you know, has the lawyer thing going on. I really wish that the show would have started out a little bit more like this, which is weird to say because I do think you need the origin in the first episode. And you need to, like, explain that. But the vibe of, like, this lawyer kind of stuff and just being silly and fun is good. You know what I mean? I felt like episode 1 was very clunky, and then it's also like very heavy-handed with the feminism, like boom, right in your face, and it just put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth, because now, to me, these are just really fun episodes. I feel like some people were so hurt, like, show us on the doll where She-Hulk hurt you kind of shit, that they can't let go of that and just enjoy some of the fun, self-referential, hilarious things that I think the show is doing. Like, I haven't really checked this out too much online, but I can imagine a lot of people are saying something of like, She-Hulk attacks the fans. I love that one. That's a really nice clickbaity expression, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, right? Like, how many people so far, can we get a count of how many content creators or, influencers have said that She-Hulk attacks the fans because of the scene with the tweets and stuff in the video, right? Like, that'll be in bright red and white colors on somebody's thumbnail, 100%, And again, like, dude, it's just kind of fun, and I don't know, I imagine a lot of people be like super triggered by it or butthurt by it or whatnot, but to me, like, yeah, it's a little cringy or whatever, but it's also, I kind of respect the show for having like the gusto to like go there, to like understand that. Now, the actual like conversation of like, yo, are they being like way out of balance with this kind of shit? Like, that's like a totally different thing. The show itself, though, I mean, can you blame the show for that? That's like more of a Marvel thing, an MCU thing. This show is the fourth wall breaking She-Hulk show. I just don't understand why so many people are getting so upset that this show is what it is. Like, I find myself, and this is kind of maybe the energy that people are feeling with the show or whatnot, or maybe my coverage with the show. I find myself not defending the show per se. Like, I can't sing its praises. Honestly, wouldn't recommend the show to like any of my homies. You know what I mean? Like, straight up, they were like, watch She-Hulk. I'm like, it's fun, but you don't got to watch it or whatever. It's definitely not hot D level. You know what I mean? It's not like incredible television. It's just like a fun whatever She-Hulk show. But I find myself having to defend from this idea that it's complete crap, or that it's like the straw that's going to break the camel's back of the culture war. Like, I just refuse to believe that. That is so fucking absurd. You know what I mean? To me. So, yeah, man, I think, to me, just a super kind of fun, casual show. I think Tim Roth is amazing in the show. I love her boss too. Like, her boss is like really key to making the dynamic of the whole show work. And so I really like that character, man. And again, the funny, like super sexist, completely delusional, out of touch guy, kind of hilarious. You know what I mean? Kind of funny. As for Wong in the show, we can talk a little bit about Wong. I think Wong is hilarious. He is obviously lying to people, right? I mean, he knows, I think, that he's just making money. You know what I mean? Like, legitimately, like, he's just saying, like, he needs to train to be Sorcerer Supreme. I don't really think so. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's true. So he's obviously just lying, but at the same time, like, I don't think it's really going to affect much, man. Like, the damage control or whatever is not going to be able to find Wong and bring Wong in. So he's kind of in and out. Now, I do believe that Blonsky, despite sort of saying that he's turning over a new leaf, getting the inhibitor, and saying that he's never going to be Abomination again, right? That's not going to happen. Like, I don't know for sure that he'll be in Thunderbolts, but I would say, like, it would be a big waste if he's not at least in something else, because it's really fun. You know what I mean? I think what they've done with Blonsky, his, like, spiritual, wants to build a meditation retreat kind of self, and then the Abomination itself, he can, like, talk during it and all that, but he's obviously still very adept at fighting, as we saw in Shang-Chi, right? So, like, he can still get savage and get angry as well, which I thought was pretty cool. I will say something that I think is kind of a bummer about this, and I hope they change this, is the Wrecking Crew. Okay? Now, look, I'm not here to tell you the Wrecking Crew is like the Justice League and this bastardization will not stand. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, like, Absorbing Man is kind of cool. And the Wrecking Crew was a little bit more badass than how they were depicted in the show. And, you know, the truth of the matter, dude, is sometimes the MCU knocks it out of the park, right? And sometimes they shit the bed, okay? Like, for instance, fucking Taskmaster in Black Widow. It's horrible, dude. It's horrible. It's so bad, especially like if you like Taskmaster. If you've ever like really watched or read a Taskmaster comic, like, come on, man, like, Taskmaster's so cool. You play this PS4 Spider-Man, he's fucking awesome. Yeah, and the Taskmaster drone fucking general's daughter that's catatonic or whatever, stupid. Absolutely stupid. They literally took a character that was like Deadpool level with like quips and just, you know, being very sharp, and made them a catatonic teenage girl. Very stupid, in my opinion. I'm hoping that what they're doing with the Wrecking Crew right here is not that. Like, I passionately hope that that's not the full-on Wrecking Crew. Like, that's not what we get, etc., etc. Because that's kind of lame, right? What else? What else is in this freaking show? I mean, look, I'm just kind of eating up air until we talk about the twerking, right? So, okay, let's talk about Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about Megan Thee Stallion being in the show? I didn't even really know. I did not know that she... I didn't know what music she made at all, I'm going to be honest. Like, and people were telling me last night she made the WAP song. The WAP song, which I've not heard that song other than the amazing remix that was done by Ben Shabibo. And I thought that remix was lit. I listen to it in the gym sometimes. So, yeah, people, like, yeah, mileage may vary. I see a lot of, you know, conflicting feelings about it. She's in it, but it's not her song? Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, so I think, honestly, like, I'm pretty indifferent to it. Like, I don't really think that, again, this is like a final straw in the culture war or some shit like that. It's just kind of a fun, like, strikes me as a very Rick and Morty type thing to do, right? Like, just kind of really silly, really ridiculous. And it's one of those things in the writer's room, which I'm absolutely positive they had a ton of fun in the writer's room for the show, where they're just trying to, like, think of the most crazy, ridiculous things they could put in there. And then they got, you know, Megan Thee Stallion to actually do it, which is funny. And the way that her persona, which, again, I'm not really familiar with, but the way that her persona was used in the scenes with the homie that actually thought he was dating Megan Thee Stallion to, like, really just push how out of touch he was, I was like, that's kind of fun. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of fun. And so I liked it. And then, of course, you have the post-credit scene where she was twerking. Okay? So we can talk about the twerk. You know what I mean? And for sure, let's see. What do y'all think about the twerking post-credit scene? Like, just give me your thoughts. You know what I mean? Give me your raw take on the twerk. You know what I mean? Like, how do you feel? How did it hit you? You know? Cringe! Hot damn! It was so cringe. I found myself touching myself. Interesting. So I had a couple thoughts on the Twitter. Okay, and I thought it would be, because not all of you follow me on Twitter, but hopefully after this segment, you will. I just, you know, I had a few thoughts earlier today on Twitter, and I wanted to bring them to your attention. You know what I mean? And just see how we feel about this. Okay, so here's the first one. Because again, I thought a lot about this, right? I'm not trying to be sexist, okay? And I know that this is a show about female empowerment, and I understand it. It's about time, as far as I'm concerned. But I mean, like, if we're really gonna use our MCU brains here, then that super soldier serum is probably in some way the key to She-Hulk's ability to twerk. And what that means, because follow the logic, follow the nerd logic here, okay? As I lean back. Follow the logic. So what that means is that the original person that had the super soldier serum, Captain America's ass, that must be the most purest, you know, hardened twerk ability that we've ever seen. You know? And so I'm just going to say it. I think it needs to be said. Captain America would definitely twerk better than She-Hulk. Are you kidding me? It wouldn't even be close. It wouldn't even be close. Okay? And he deserves his props. Okay? Again, I understand the show. I understand. I get it. But let's put some respect on his name. You know what I mean? When given a, you know, when given such a post-credit scene, as with most post-credit scenes, it is our job to dig deep. You know, to dive in. And to really figure out what's what about this. Okay, a couple more tweets, a couple more thoughts that I had, okay? And here's another one. Many of you have complained about the CGI in She-Hulk. And you know what? For the most part, it hasn't bothered me. But in this exact case, I get what you're saying. In this exact instance, I think we can agree. If you're spending the money on the CGI, maybe let us actually see She-Hulk's big green ass bouncing up and down like it didn't even look good. And I contest, I've watched it a lot. I've watched it a few times. Okay, and it doesn't look good, man. The CGI, you know, a lot of discussion about the CGI for Marvel. And I think that, you know, if you don't have like the biggest budget in the world, or, you know, you change a lot of things, so, you know, the time constraints with the little VFX studios and all that shit, I understand all of that. But you've got to put the money where it counts. You know what I mean? You've got to, if that's your problem, then that's fine. Zero in on the scenes and the specific things that really, really matter. And if you've ever seen any of the Japanese anime girl video games, you will know that physics today and CGI, top tier. Absolutely top tier. Unbelievable technology and advancements in modern science that we have going on. It's kind of a miracle, right? Again, I'm very grateful that we live in the time and the age that we live in. Are you not entertained? Is that not why you are here? And I hear some rumblings, okay? I hear some stuff in the back, you know, people being upset and triggered and all this sort of thing. Here's the thing, okay? Here's the next tweet. For your ass. You can't celebrate She-Hulk twerking and then get mad at me for wanting to see every inch of the big, beautiful green cheeks smacking against each other in slow motion. Slow motion. That's called a double standard. And if you want to have She-Hulk twerking in your post-credit scene and celebrate it, then let's actually celebrate it. Don't twerk bait me. Don't booty cheek bait me. Give us the goods, man. Feige, you fucking coward. And there better be better twerking by the end of this show. There better be. There better be. And I actually think, and I know the best place to use it. We all saw this move. And we all saw how She-Hulk, how Jennifer was able to best Bruce. Okay? And we all saw how smart and how intuitive she is with her new abilities and powers. And I have the perfect way to fix this problem, to prove that you've got the actual goods when it comes to the CGI. Come on, Feige, you coward. Hey, look, if you're going to do it right. If you're going to celebrate it, let's go. Okay? None of this half in, half out bullshit. Give me the real. Damn! I wonder if She-Hulk can do the clap thing she got Bruce with, but with them cheeks, bro. Yeah. So don't fucking tell me I'm not having fun with the She-Hulk show. She-Hulk show. Shut your goddamn mouth. If you're not having fun with the She-Hulk show, you're not doing it right. It's fun. Okay? It's for having fun. That's what it is. Holy shit. You ever heard of a chill pill? Take 2 and call me in the morning. Bitch, I'm over it. Goddamn. So anyway, to me, I think it's a good time. You know what I mean? It's not an earth-shattering, world-changing, Secret Wars, friggin', whatever. But it's all right. We're having fun. At least I am. I think you are too. I just want to sit here and soak it in for a second. Give me just a second, man. Let me just soak it in, bruh. Yeah. Yeah. So, having said that, we can, of course, talk about your feelings about She-Hulk, what you think about the show, why you think it's ruining America or whatever. We can get into that. I have no problem with that. A couple of other things I wanted to get into, though. And let me see if I can pull this up. Shit. Shit. Okay, let's talk about this. Did you guys see this? I don't know if you saw this, but Michael Waldron wrote a Reed Richards post-credit scene for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Exclusive. Okay? Let's get into this. It was fun, brief, bloody appearance for Reed Richards, which writer Michael Waldron acknowledges is the most jaw-dropping cameo of the film. That's the big one, right? He chuckles, speaking to Empire in the new issue. Writing for Mr. Fantastic was a dream come true for him. You missed it. Typo. I always wanted Reed Richards in this thing, Waldron tells Empire, so much so that even before the Illuminati sequence came about, he penned a pie-in-the-sky post-credit scene sequence to satisfy his own curiosities. In my very first draft, I wrote a tag just for the hell of it of the events of the movie being recorded and reviewed by somebody in the Baxter building and a stretchy hand coming into frame to run it back. That's wild. It was an opportunity to do at least something with a superhero he's always loved on the page. Reed is probably my favorite Marvel comic character, he says. So I was always gunning to get him in here somewhere. So pretty freaking wild. Let's read on a little bit here and then we'll talk about it, okay? Even if Wanda quickly takes Reed out in Multiverse of Madness, the film ultimately sees the Darkhold corrupted, which recognized her own fall to the dark side, burying herself under the collapse of rubble Mount Wondergore. But is she really God? She's removing herself from the board for now, forever. We'll see, hints Waldron. I'd like to see her again. Maybe she'll have another variant of Reed Richards to rip to shreds in the not-so-distant future. So, kind of fun, man. And I think that this shows that even before the Illuminati was introduced, and I can't imagine that this was completely just done of free will by Michael, right? Because you got to understand, at the time of him penning the script for Multiverse of Madness, he was already writing Loki. He had already been kind of ingrained in the Marvel system, and he was also aware of what the movie was going to set up. That obviously had to be a part of the discussion between Feige and Waldron, right? And so I think the idea of him having Reed at the end of the movie, watching the events of the movie play out, suggests that in the multiversal calamity to come, aka time runs out, aka getting towards Secret Wars, that Reed Richards and other variants of Reed are going to play a very important role. Okay? I actually believe, and I've done a whole video on this, by the way, I think that if, honestly, pretty fun video, you can go watch it, about how all of the members of the Illuminati that Wanda kills could still be alive. Couple of different ways this could happen. Most obvious, the time stone, right? So if Mordo is still alive, which we don't see him die, he likely has access to the time stone, and he could literally just reverse time on their spaghetti corpse and busted head, this, that, second, and the third, and literally just bring them back, right? Multiple ways that this could happen, but it's just a fun scene that I think suggests that there will be much more of Reed Richards in the lead up to Secret Wars, and maybe even beyond it, right? We were talking in one of the videos about the Eternity Wars, and the Maker, who is a variant of Reed Richards from the Ultimates universe, that wears the crazy thing on his head, very, very fun character, that character could also play a big role moving forward, And the word on the street, man, people are pretty freaking excited about it. There's this idea that this coming weekend, or no, is it next weekend or is it this weekend? No, it's technically next weekend. Okay. Which will be the D23 presentation, that you're going to get a lot of updates about the Fantastic Four. And the movie should be going into production fairly soon. So maybe we'll get a little leakage here and there. But I expect the Fantastic Four to play pretty significant role in Avengers Kang Dynasty and in Secret Wars. Why wouldn't they? You know what I mean? So kind of an interesting little story here. Multiverse of Madness was definitely an interesting, not only movie, but it was an interesting thing to cover leading up to it. It is super obvious that various wild and crazy things were on the table throughout the production of this movie. I still 100% believe that the Tom Cruise Iron Man thing, which, by the way, Michael Waldron did comment on, I 100% think that was on the table at one time, might still be on the table. And, yeah, there's just a variety of really fun things. This was yet again another one. I just wanted to bring it up. Now that we know for sure that Secret Wars is coming, what are your thoughts? What do you make of it? Let me know in the chat. Kind of interesting. Let's see here. I think there's one other thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, snap. You know what? One other thing we got to talk about here, okay? We've got to go to the polls on this one. Okay? First of all, let me ask you this. Did you hear that Rian Johnson said he's still meeting with Kathleen Kennedy? He still believes that his Star Wars trilogy is going to happen. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard. Did you hear? Did you hear? Okay, a couple people heard about it. I'd like to go to the polls. Yeah. I'd like to go to the polls. And I'd like to see what y'all think about this. Do you actually think that he'll do his trilogy? Okay, so just in case nobody's, some of you might be living under a rock or something, the TLDR on this is that Rian Johnson was speaking to Empire Magazine, and he was specifically asked about The Last Jedi, and he was asked about Star Wars and returning to Star Wars, okay? So, first off, let's just appreciate that Rian says that after 5 years of contemplation, he is even more proud of The Last Jedi than he was before. And you know what? Fair play to him. I obviously disagree, but fair play to him, and it's his right to feel however he wants to feel about his film. I will say this. I think that, and this is just my opinion, and honestly, you will probably never be able to convince me to anything counter to this. But I strongly feel as though Rian, one of his major goals with The Last Jedi was to create a movie that nobody would ever stop talking about. I think that he made it intentionally divisive. I think that he made it intentionally weird. And I think he did this so that we would never stop talking about The Last Jedi. In fact, there's that thing, right, back in the day where he says he would be disappointed if he made a movie that half people didn't hate, right? That was his idea. That's what he wants, right? So he's actually happier than a pig in shit that we won't stop talking about The Last Jedi. It's never going to stop. Okay? He says that he's more proud of it. He goes on to say that he's actually still having meetings with Kathleen Kennedy, that he's actually still wanting to do his trilogy, and in fact, he would be heartbroken if he didn't get to make his trilogy of Star Wars films. Okay? And I thought about this, bro, and the more I thought about it, the more I actually have come around to believe that he will return and do Star Wars movies. Maybe not the whole trilogy, but I think he will return. Okay? 2 major reasons why I think this will happen. I talked about this a little bit yesterday on the Nerd Avenger stream, right? But here's the thing. Number 1, Lucasfilm is daft. Completely out of touch. And you can't expect a company like that to actually understand. Here's the thing. Lucasfilm is so out of touch that I think Kathy would be absolutely ecstatic to get Dan and Dave back. And the whole internet fucking hates Dan and Dave. We don't like him. But Kathy would be so pumped about it that she'd come out on stage holding both their hands up like it was victory. That's how out of touch I believe Lucasfilm to be. Right? And so to Lucasfilm, they probably have no idea or no real concept of how ridiculous it is to even contemplate Rian Johnson coming back, and they therefore probably want to do it. Okay? Rian obviously wants to do it. And the other part of this, the reason number 2 as to why I think this is actually going to happen, and I can't fucking believe it, is because Kathy is having serious problems working with other filmmakers. They don't have another movie ready to go. The entire time that Taika Waititi was doing press for Thor: Love and Thunder, he was backpedaling and throwing cold water on the idea of him doing that Star Wars movie. The entire time. That's the move from him. Patty Jenkins, she did the roller skate. This is for my dad. Well thought out, beautiful video a couple of years back. And Kathy managed to fuck that up. They're not doing it. If they are, it's way off in the distance. So she can't actually get people to come into that system and work well with her. Well, Rian Johnson has already proven to be a pretty good match as a work partner for Kathleen Kennedy, as they had zero problems making that movie. It didn't get delayed at all. It didn't have a ton of reshoots. They shot what they shot. They absolutely loved working together. And it's for those 2 reasons that I actually think that it will happen. I actually think that'll happen, bro. It's so crazy. But I guess the other side of this is two kind of questions here. Number 1, can Rian come in and actually do an incredible Star Wars trilogy? I think yes. That's the wildest part. It's as much as I don't like The Last Jedi, as much as I really don't like, the way Rian interacted with fans after that, and a lot of the problems for the brand kind of stem back to that time period, right? I think it's actually also possible that Rian could be the dude to get them to make some actually awesome, good shit. And how wild would it be? You know, we talked about this last night, but how wild would it be if the guy that kind of broke Star Wars comes back and fixes it? What if he comes back and actually puts Star Wars back on the shelf in a correct way? You know what I mean? Like, would that not be, like, wild? And, you know, life is so hilarious, ironic. Like, you know, I'm convinced that we, like, live in a simulation. And so it's like, damn, dude, like, watching this sort of go down in the news, it's like, fuck, like, he's going to do it. He's going to come back and he's going to make Star Wars movies. This is unbelievable. But I think it's actually going to happen, man. Maybe it'll actually be announced at D23 next weekend. And honestly, just like a lot of us are having fun being mad about She-Hulk, right? In that same way that you're, you know, loving it, can't wait to get online and talk about how much you hate She-Hulk, that same energy will obviously come with Rian Johnson's Star Wars. And regardless of whether or not it's amazing, the lead up to it will be total, complete pandemonium, chaos, mudslinging, shit show, Thunderdome, internet bullshit. What else is new? You know, what else is new? So get ready, buckle up your buttholes for Rian Johnson's Star Wars. It's coming to a theater near you very soon. Man, what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive, you know? Damn. Damn. Is there anything else going on? Did I miss... I was thinking about zooming in, to be honest with you. Yeah, we'll all go watch it, you know? Whatever. It's what it is. What else? Is there anything else crazy going on in the world, man? Anything else we need to talk a bit? Anything you want to talk about? You want to talk about or go on a walkabout? Want to walk about while we talk about? What else? Yeah. New photos of X. What? Oh, Rings of Power. Okay, we can talk a little bit about Rings of Power. So I'm going to watch Rings of Power. How many of you guys are going to check it out? Huh? Put a 1 into the chat if you're going to check out Rings of Power. Wait, what? It's tonight? My Time to Shine Hello's tweets about Lynn and Snyder. Yeah, I talked to her a little bit about that. I can't... Oh, man. DC. DC going DC, aren't they? No sane person gambles millions and millions of dollars on a what if. True. Watch party? Hell no. No. I can't do a watch party. I don't even know if I'll watch both of them tonight. But I will watch at least one tonight. So, yeah, maybe I will watch both of them. Maybe we can talk about it tomorrow, huh? I can give my full thoughts on it tomorrow. Look, obviously there's been a lot of discussion about the show leading up to it. I think Amazon has done a horrible job addressing the fans trying to promote the show like, you know, the shit you do for a big show. They suck at it. The fans are obviously going to be the fans, and they're dug in. They've already decided, you know, a lot of people have their feelings about it and everything. That's par for the course, though. You know what I mean? Like, same thing with the She-Hulk shit. Like, it is what it is, bro. Like, you can't expect that not to be there. And you also, like, I just think there's a better way to do your show and promote your show and talk about your show, given the where we're at as a society. You know what I mean? Having said all of that, it really just kind of comes down to, is the show dope? Like, are people going to check it out? Because it could, you know, somebody asked me last night, could Rings of Power be as big as House of the Dragon, as Hot D? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely, dude. Those Tolkien movies were huge. And, you know, the Hobbit movies to a lesser degree, but still, Tolkien and the high fantasy, that was created from the Peter Jackson movies, not the books. Not the books, not the cartoons from back in the day, but from Peter Jackson's movies, made a serious penetration into pop culture. Serious. Like, it was huge. So I think that you have a built-in significant potential audience. Okay? So I do expect that this week you're going to have huge numbers. Like, a lot of people are going to watch that shit. You know what I mean? Gonna be hyped up for it, or gonna be excited to check it out to give it criticism. The question is, how will the show do after this week, and what do people actually think about the show? It's kind of wild. There's some people saying it's really great. There's a lot of people shitting on it. I'm gonna be honest. I watched Grace's review. It depressed me a little bit. Now, here's the thing. As some of you pointed out, Grace is pretty good with the scoops, in my opinion. Not necessarily aligned to my beliefs when it comes to movies. I think Multiverse of Madness is like a masterpiece, like top 5 MCU. I love that movie, right? She hated it. So it is what it is, you know, like it, whatever. But her exact criticisms of Galadriel are a little bit interesting because, you know, I think that when you compare, and I might even do a whole video about this, I'm not sure. But when you compare how female characters and strong female characters and the struggle of a female character is presented in Hot D, House of the Dragon, to potentially how it will be presented in Lord of the Rings, I mean, it's just, one seems to put story above everything, and the other, perhaps, is putting messaging above certain things that should be done to characters in the story. Kind of frustrating, dude. You know what I mean? Like, look, I'm going to check it out. What am I worried about? I'm worried about that, obviously. You know, like, if Galadriel's just a big fucking Karen in the show, then, yeah, it's going to not be the coolest for me. But also, what I'm more worried about is that the show doesn't even have real heart or substance, you know? They're spending, what, $60 million an episode on this? And this is either going to become this massive, successful, crazy thing, or it's going to become a cautionary tale of why corporations can't pay for heart. You can't recreate magic no matter how much money you spend on it. So if you're doing $60 million an episode and there's not even like an actual through line and an actual story, then you have severely fucked up, right? So I don't know. We're going to check it out for ourselves. I'll tell you this, 100%. You will get my raw, honest feelings. No bullshit. You know, if I think the show slaps and I think everybody's crazy, I'll tell you. If I think the show is trash and that they should make a documentary about how to waste $500 million about this show, I'll tell you. You know what I mean? At this point, I can't see it being as good as Hot D or as good as House of the Dragon, but that doesn't mean it can't be amazing. It doesn't mean it can't be awesome. You know what I mean? So we shall see when it comes to Rings of Power. We shall see. I feel like I just wasted $500 million. Wait, what? Damn. That's gonna sting. Right? That's gonna be a sting. That's gonna be a sting in the nads. Okay, guys, so we're going to get into the Super Chats, Member Chats, just kind of see what you guys want to talk about. I do want to say a couple of things. Of course, this stream, all the streams here, brought to you by Paradox Customs PC. Dude, Paradox Customs is killing it, man. Killing the game. Doing a lot of fun stuff on their social media. The rig I have, the PC I have, is amazing. It is a pleasure to stream, game, and have fun on this thing. And if you want to take your gaming, your nerd-venging to the next level, go check out Paradox Customs. Use the code NERDVENGERS at checkout. Save a little bit of money and let them know that we sent you over there. And many of you have, by the way, and that's awesome. I love seeing those emails come in. Next up, we are going to do another really cool NerdVenture stream next week, Wednesday. I'm creating a new comic book, and yesterday with NerdCoin, 3 people were able to purchase the ability to make a character that I will then put into the comic book. So it's super cool. 3 people, I have the ability to make these characters. I got the emails. We're going to start conversations and design characters together. That's going to be super fun. We're going to do that again next Wednesday. If you are a NerdVenture and you've got a nice fat stack of NerdCoin, because it costs $100K to get one of these, come on by next Wednesday and try your luck at getting one of those characters. I think that's going to be a really fun kind of thing for us to do behind the scenes. What else? Oh, tomorrow at 1 p.m., tomorrow at 1 p.m. If you are a Prime member, please come on by. It's going to be a very informative stream. We are doing some things with the Nerdvengers brand and the content in general that I've been wanting to do for a long time. We sort of have secured some funding to take the content to the next level, and I want to explain how that's all going down. So if you're a Prime member, come on by tomorrow. I think it's going to be a good stream. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, also, today, if you didn't know, is the first of the month. And we always do the GameStop gift card giveaway. For that, I kind of want to do it tomorrow, though, if I'm being honest. I kind of want to do it tomorrow. Just, I feel like it might be better to do it tomorrow. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. But anyway, I want to get into the super chats for today. Let's start with Mike. Mother flippin' Porter. Member for 27 months. Holy shit, man. Says, I'm basking in the glory of the MCU. Be well, Josh and family. Thank you, brother. Yeah, everybody's good over here, bro. We're doing real well. Mike Stanshell Porter says, the reality is that the MCU rules. I mean, I don't know if you knew this, Mike, but I also like the MCU. I too think it rules. Big Stevie W with a 10 spot says, about to watch She-Hulk. Had to wait until the house was empty so I can enjoy it correctly, according to Josh's Twitter feed. Yeah, look, we were wilding a little bit. Like, I'm not even going to lie. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even going to lie. Yes, we're being wild over here. But it's just about having fun, man. You know what I mean? It's just about having fun. Kev says, member for 22 months, but sorry, but the CGI ass was fire at the end. Right on, bro. Big Stevie W follows up and says, Josh Lucas, is that twerking scene a slow motion GIF yet? Asking for a friend. I'm asking for me. But also, is it a GIF yet? Somebody help me. Imperfect Society, member for 10 months, says, I only laugh when she was breaking the fourth wall. I think those parts are pretty well done. I just don't like the dialogue or the weird editing. Hang on here. Hang on. I'm still going to watch it because I want to see where it goes. Yeah, and Daredevil's coming. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. They know what they're doing over there. It's good business. We're waiting for Daredevil. Representative Bing says, with a 5 spot, says, people are taking the She-Hulk show way too seriously. I mean, damn, dude. I actually agree. But, hey, it is what it is. That's how some people enjoy their shit, you know what I mean? Stephen J, member for, a $5 holler, says, I really like the first two a lot. I feel like number 3 was a step down, though. I confess I cringed at the twerks. Still hyped for episode 4. Def not hating on it. Totally fair, man. Totally fair. I mean, look, it is what it is. They did a Megan Thee Stallion twerking episode. You know what I mean? I feel as though your mileage may vary, and that is fine. Big Stevie W says, do they have the guts to put Deadpool in the show? Good question. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that, man. That would be kind of fun, though. Jackson Henry, member for 4 months, says, hey, Josh, haven't been here for a few weeks. What did I miss? Also, hope Liam is doing well. Take my money. There's also 2 more FFL spots for now. FFL spots for now. What's that? What's the FFL? I don't know what that is. But everything's good over here, brother. I appreciate the love, man. And, yeah, we're doing well. We went to the mall for the first time with Liam yesterday. Got the stroller out, and we're cruising around. It was pretty fun. Big Stevie says, Josh twerks on the Prime streams, everyone. Become a Prime member today. Hey. Don't give away the secrets, man. Mo from the Foe, member for 2 months, says, I personally, I fuck with the show heavily. Lighthearted, fun, MCU connections, and She-Hulk twerking. I'm all with it, brother. I mean, I think it's a fun show. Man. I don't know what people expected for a She-Hulk show, but for me, this is just fine. Stephen J, $2 holla says, release the jiggle cut. Indeed, sir. Trey F. Kenny with a 2 spot says, Josh, you the homie for that. Let She-Hulk clap. Indeed, bruh. Indeed. Like, if we're not having fun, what are we doing, right? Elijah says, the 5 spot, I haven't even watched the episode yet, but I'm afraid of missing out on the She-Hulk hate. Female bad, man good, wah. Right on, man. You're doing great. Blaine says, a man of culture. This is why I joined the Nerdvengers. Give me better She-Hulk cheeks and make that ish clap. Right? Come on, man. Come on, Feige, you coward. J Mike Gaming with a 5 spot says, just started season 8 of Throne. Should I stop now and just have you make up an ending for me, Josh? Also, Def need more jiggle physics. Yeah, for sure. No, I think you need to watch it. Dude, you just need to go through it. Maybe it won't hurt as bad. You know, like if I remember correctly, I think that when we watched it together, Elisa wasn't as bothered by it as I was, but she also didn't spend years of her life like watching the show and being invested in it. So I don't know. Maybe you won't hate it as much. Moosh. Remember, for 18 months, no message though. Elijah says, I love the Hot D coverage. I will positively reinforce this action. Yeah, we've got some t-shirts we're making for House of the Dragon. Pretty cool. They should be up later. And I want to do a video about House of the Dragon. And we're going to be breaking down every single episode each Monday as they come out. And I'm having a lot of fun doing it, so I'm glad that you are too, man. Carl says, remember for 19 months, the morning after She-Hulk glow is real. I'm having fun. Are you not entertained? Have a great day and enjoy the show. Marvel fans, please don't Star Wars. Hey, look, I mean that we're gonna have to probably go through that, Carl. But yeah, we're gonna try to do our best to just have fun, bro. You know what I mean? David says with $5 holla, do you think the reception and view count of Hot D and Rings of Power will alter how Disney approaches their shows? I hope so. I do hope so. But it's also a question of like, what's the goal? Right? Because I think it's pretty obvious that Marvel doesn't want or desire, or maybe the best way to say it is they're not trying to have every one of their shows be these massive Emmy award-winning, monumental pieces of television. That's really not what they're doing, right? They're just kind of doing like ancillary Marvel content. I think it depends on, are they seeing a drop-off? Is it not working? Is it causing churn? Like all these different things. That's probably more important to them than just the fact that Hot D is crushing it. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's going to depend on their data and what they want to do. But I personally wouldn't mind a few less shows and them being of higher quality. That's just me. 34 Virgo says with a $2 house, clap them green cheeks. Don't be cute with it. Amen. Big Stevie W says, I'm okay with RJ doing his own movie if it's set during a time when he can screw anything up and completely unconnected from the greater whole. Yeah, totally fair take. I agree that he could probably do some great stuff, especially if it is far removed from legacy characters. The same problems will be there. Maybe they'll be there no matter what at this point for the Star Wars brand. I'm not sure, bruh. I'm not sure, but I hear what you're saying, and I appreciate the support. Super Knight with a $10 holler says, honestly, at this point, the only franchise that hasn't let me down is Sonic. Fair play. I can't wait to see Sonic 3 fares against Avatar 3, especially because it's going to be peak cinema with Shadow. I will say this, Sonic's dope, bro. Both of those movies, I thought, were incredible. So I totally get it. I feel similar, and I hope that they continue to be great. The Sonic stuff is fun. Mo from the Foe's girlfriend with a 5 spot says, hey, Josh, just came to see where all Mo from the Foe's money keeps going. No comment. No comment. Moose says, with a $10 holler, says, those Marvel CGI artists were animating She-Hulk twerking with tears in their eyes while waiting for permission to take a lunch break. That's tough. Oh, shit. That is a little tough. That is a little tough. Moving right along. Big Stevie W says, I think we need green cheeks emoji now, sir. I mean, do we? Do we? I'm not so sure. Sozin's comment with the 5 spot says, since Star Wars can only drop movies every other year, 2023, 2025, when would Ryan have time to drop a trilogy? Taika's movie is still up next. I don't know, man. I mean, that's fair. I just don't know if Taika's even going to do his movie. And I don't know if they're going to make the 2023 release date. So to me, it kind of feels like they could use a little help. Maybe Ryan's the man for the job. Mo from the Foe follows up and says, is nothing sacred anymore? Papa, kick her out, please. All nerd ventures are welcome here, including disgruntled partners. Turkey Sandwich says, hey, Josh, do you think we'll see Jessica Jones and She-Hulk or even get a soft reboot like Daredevil? The rumor currently is that she will be a part of the Echo show, but perhaps as some kind of a MacGuffin. And I think she will be back after that, so that's the take. Expo City with a 5 spot says, it's a crazy theory, I know, but sometimes I think KK makes decisions to purposely rile up the fans and to prove a point that she's in control of Star Wars. Maybe. Or maybe she's just a boomer. Totally out of touch. I don't know, bro. Drew Smith with a 5 spot says, we're about to have content from Marvel, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, and Star Wars at the same damn time. It is wild. The streaming wars This is certainly a battlefront right here with the streaming wars. It's pretty wild, right? Aaliyah says, Amazon revealed that if Rings of Power doesn't do well, they're done with streaming, or at least it will be downsized. Hopefully, post The Boys. Yeah, I mean, again, whose fault is that really, Amazon? Like, I would point the finger right back at y'all. You know? Like, I feel like they've mismanaged the PR for the show the entire time. They've given a lot of ammunition to like anti-woke kind of content creators and stuff like that, and then they've like foolishly tried to like create good PR, and it's just so like they've done really poorly. So on top of that, if the show's shit, that's still their fault. You know what I mean? So we'll just see. Kendall says, Power Broker is the Wrecking Crew's boss. Ooh, wouldn't that be interesting? I don't know, bro. Maybe. I've heard a lot of different theories on that. Hopefully somebody real cool. Cap says, you think the ninjas will go for Emil's blood since he's supposed to not transform? Maybe he helps She-Hulk and gets his spot for Thunderbolts. I like that theory a lot, brother. I think that's a fun one. That would be cool. You know, I wonder how good Abomination can twerk. You know what I mean? Can we get some of these questions answered? Trev says, remember, for 27 months, I've reached the point in my life where everything is shit entertainment-wise, except for everything 90s. Have a great day. Well, you grumpy old Canadian curmudgeon. Can't blame you. Don't agree with you, but you're still welcome here. John White says, member for 13 months. What's up, fam? Got my purple badge today. Let's fucking go. Also, I have ideas for my comic book character, unless someone offers me a large amount of nerd coin. Yeah, John is currently trying to, like, because he got one of the designs. He's trying to sell off his design to somebody that's got even more money. So, I mean, hey, look, fair play. But, yeah, hit me up, bro. Jedi Knight says, people keep saying Rian Johnson will be fine without legacy characters. Did you see his characters? Rose Tico Holdo, the guy with the stutter? Oh, yeah, I hope all three of those are what they focus the next trilogy on, honestly. Why not, dude? Let's go for it. Kalisto with a 20 spot, very generous, says, there is much content recently and coming down the pipe to divide communities, but in the tower, it's an excuse to bring us all together. Thank you for what you do, Josh. Yes, Kalisto, and I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, we're just trying to have fun over here, man. I try to appease all kinds of different people and all kinds of different opinions, and as long as you're not being like a total butthole about it, like, you're good. You know what I mean? Like, you're Gucci. You're Gucci. Like, come on in. You could even get outlandish with your shit. If I personally get just bothered by your ass, though, you're probably gone. But that's just because, like, fucking, you know, this is not really a democracy. Mason says, just joined. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but She-Hulk can step all over me. Quote of the day. Quote of the day, Mason, and thank you. Quote of the day. So what else is going on, man? I'll chill with y'all for like 10 minutes, and then I'm starving. I gotta go get some food. I gotta go get the food. Big video coming out about crazy D23 rumors. Go watch it later. It'll entertain you and inform you. Yeah. Trev has zero escape, though. I don't know what that means, but yes. Get gas station food. I'm looking for a little bit better than that. Just a little bit, you know? Don't have to go crazy or whatever, but I'm pumped for the D23 stream next week. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Josh, where's the music? It's playing. It's just playing low. Want me to turn it up? We turn it up a little? Does anyone know what time Marvel and Star Wars panels will be next week? So there's a gaming stream on Friday, and then we'll start around 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. Dude, I wish I could get a Wawa sandwich. They don't got no Wawa around here. So next Saturday about 12:30 we'll start streaming, and they start their panel at 1. Now they're not going to stream it, so it's kind of going to be like the San Diego Comic-Con. And we'll just be like watching Twitter, watching the announcements come out, and then speculating, talking about them, you know. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun stream, man. I really do hope that Star Wars brings something, because I don't think Marvel's going to hold back, man. I think Marvel's going to go wild. So I hope Star Wars actually brings the heat. Yeah. Are you hyped about the new Dominaria MTG set coming out? A little bit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a little burnt out on Magic sets. You know, like I feel like Hasbro and Magic, they're just like, they just won't stop, bro. They're just like set after set after set. I'm a little burnt out on it. You know, so I think I'm gonna split a box with Elisa because we both love cracking packs and you know we both play. I might buy a few singles online, but honestly, I'm not really. I'm not as excited as probably I should be. You know, a similar thing to the MCU, maybe, right? Maybe they got to dial it back. What about Marvel Duel? I don't know about Marvel Duel. Marvel Snap I've been playing and I really enjoy it. What do you think of the Lord of the Rings Magic set? It looks fun. I want to get it. Looks fun. Yeah, they're coming out too fast for sure. What's the score of the episode? 7 out of 10. I actually like episode 2 the best, but I didn't hate this episode. I thought it was fun. Wawa's great, dude. Was the 7 soulmates a boner? No, not quite, bro. There's nothing that compares to the boner. That was out of pocket, Feige. Absolutely out of pocket. All of this stuff's just kind of fun. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I thought it was funny. Yeah, so far, like, I didn't like episode 1 that much, but there's some fun stuff in it. You know, I like Hulk, you know, and there's some good parts in there. Episode 2 I really liked, and then this one I'm like, okay, you know, hopefully it just gets better from here. How do you not live near Wawa and was make the Stallion in the episode? Because I live on the west side of the state now. What's Wawa? It's like a Sheetz or something like that. Which is weird because they're in Philly. I think they've spread into, like, there are Wawas in Pittsburgh, I believe. And then now there are Wawas in Orlando, of all places. They've got Wawa down in Orlando. It's crazy. Yeah. Josh, what's your hype level for Andor out of 10? I mean, 7 to 8. 7 to 8. You know? Kind of like right in that pocket. Sometimes it like dips into the 7. Sometimes it goes up to 8. I'm not really sure. A Jedi Knight says Disney is a disgusting company and Lucasfilm is especially disgusting, but I gotta be honest, I like everything Marvel right now. Phase 4 was lit. Damn. There you have it. You know? There you have it. I think Phase 4 is pretty fun. I mean, it's definitely not the best or whatever, but it's like, you know, it's not all crashing and burning as some people would have you believe. Yeah, in Jersey, Wawas are like as prevalent as Starbucks. Like you'll have them across the street from each other. It's wild. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You've never heard of Wawa or Sheetz? Damn. What about like Sonic or something like that? It's like one of those. Dude, oh man, the Wawa breakfast burritos used to get them, man. Oh, so good, dude. I'd get them with a hash brown too. Damn. Mm-hmm. How can I use these main characters in MCU like how Cap and Tony were? Do you think they're going to be able to use them? I mean, we'll just see, man. The jury's kind of out, right? Like I definitely don't feel as attached to these characters as I did to the other ones. But that's not to say that we can't get there. I would here's the strat. If I'm Feige, right? Here's the strat. Lean on the legacy and established characters that are still in check. So like you've got to make Hulk savage again and lean into that. Like just facts, right? You have to bring Thor back and you know whatever. I guess he's hanging out with this love chick or whatever. Like that's fine, I guess. But like I feel like Thor needs to be back. It needs to be strong, powerful, and do his thing, right? Spider-Man, like, you know, we don't know for sure if they've worked this out, but like remember that after No Way Home, there were a lot of articles, speculation about Tom getting like Robert Downey Jr. money to come back to the MCU and stuff like that. Here's the deal. Pay the man his money because you fucking need Spider-Man in this shit. Like, you need him in this shit to make the... He can be the glue that puts a lot of this stuff together. So, you know, you bring back some of those characters, and then you have the new cast. Yes, that's a balance that can work. And then Secret Wars is just going to be like a celebration of all of it. Do you know what I mean? So, it's hard to say. You know, like... It's kind of yet to be determined, like, where do we go from here? How's Phase 5 going to hit? Because, like, I got to be honest. If it's going to be, like, a lot of Riri, a lot of Miss Marvel, a lot of She-Hulk, Anthony Mackie, Captain America, like, bro, like, that's... I'm just saying, like, that is a lower tier ensemble. You need to juice that up. And that's just for me. For some of you, like, you're like, yo, no, that's my shit. That's what I want. But that's, you know, for me, I'm like, bro, that is a much weaker ensemble. So you, I think, should do whatever you need to do. Like, in a lot of ways, RDJ was the glue of those first 4 phases, and particularly, or those first 3 phases, and particularly the drama between the different characters. And I think you need some of that. You know what I mean? So. Chris says, move back to Philly. It's the best. I mean, we've thought about it, bro. I don't know. It's not completely off the table, but I'm chilling for now. Jedi Knight says, chances of Justice League 2, even without Snyder. Dude, there's so much weird rumors going on right now with DC. I have no idea, bro. I have no idea how that's all going to go down. So, we'll just see. You know what I mean? We'll just see. Yeah. Okay, guys, we're going to get on out of here. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you check out the D23 preview video with all the crazy rumors, spoilers, and speculation. It's going to be so fun. Check that video out. Thank you for your support. Thanks for chilling with me today and for, you know, being a Nerdvenger or even just watching the streams or whatever. I really appreciate it. I know the world is crazy. I know times are hard. I know that things are tight for some people, and I appreciate whatever amount of support, even just liking and watch. I appreciate anything you guys can do. So thank you so much for that. I plan on taking the content to a new level. I'm really excited about it. And I'm excited about the next couple of years of nerdy stuff. And I'm excited for Hot D episode 3 as well. So, thank you guys. Much love. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Did everybody leave? Is everybody gone? Did they leave? Man, I'm gonna tell you something, okay? For real. I don't know that I've ever had more fun on a stream just goofing. Legitimately, and I know, like, you know, some people, it's fine. Like, some people are upset or whatever, you know, blah, 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 and it's She-Hulk, so it's not getting, like, the craziest views, blah, 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 whatever. I don't know if I've ever had more fun than just goofing. So, thanks for hearing me out. Much love. Take care of yourselves, man. Take care of yourselves. Open up that third eye, man. Watch out for that brown eye, man. And it ain't that serious. It ain't that deep. Or maybe it is and we're all fucked. I'll see y'all later. Take care.